Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews. And since I did not bring my laptop over to my mom's house, I'm deciding to do this review on my cell phone, which I know is not the best quality. I'm sorry, but I figured I'd do the review because I seen this movie tonight, and I figured I'd review it while it's fresh in my head. So, yeah, tonight I'll be reviewing a movie called The Forest, which I seen today or tonight. It was actually a couple hours ago in theaters, and it's the movie itself is it's a kind of an movie. It does have some good things about it, but for the most part, if you've seen other horror movies that come out today, you've seen The Forest. It's pretty much the same thing. Only, in my opinion, the atmosphere is a little bit better. And that's the one thing that's kind of separates this movie from, all the other horror movies that come out, today. Um, is it had a better atmosphere than most horror films do, and the idea was creepy. It was actually a creepy idea. It wasn't a laughable. It wasn't a laughable idea. It wasn't like it was a ridiculous idea. It's a really scary idea because it's a real area where this takes place at, and basically what it's about is you've got this girl. I don't got IMDb pulled up right now, so I can't really, I don't really remember her name. But you got this girl looking for her sister, her twin, in this forest, and there's pretty much this forest. In this forest, people commit suicide. And this is a real forest. This really does exist over in Asia. There is a forest over there where if you go in there and you go off the path, then they've found people in there that commit suicide. And I believe, you know, I'm not really sure about this, but I believe they shot the movie on site, like really around the woods area. If they didn't, then they probably just shot it on a set somewhere. But I believe they shot it actually around around that area. So and the way that the movie was shot was very very creepy. It had a creepy feeling to it, especially when it got into the woods. It was a very different atmosphere from most horror movies today, and that was one of the more stronger points of the movie was the fact that it took place in the woods. It just gave a different atmosphere. And before I go on, I want to say first I'm in the back room right now trying to get some privacy doing this review. Also, I might be doing the intro. Maybe not. It depends on if I can get in here or not. Because I got to go on YouTube's video editor and edit it in there. And I got to get the app and stuff like that. So, it depends. And I want to say that before I, continue the review before I forgot to say that. And, ends up, she's in the woods. Before she goes there, she meets this guy who's writing this book about the woods. And, he joins her to go out to the woods. And you find out that her twin, I guess their parents were in a car accident. And her twin saw her dead parents. And she didn't. And the woods plays tricks on her. She sees things that aren't there. The woods tries to make her commit suicide. And it's a creepy, creepy idea. Some of the ideas are really creepy. The idea that these people in the woods would leave this rope or thread in the woods to sort of follow the thread, you could find the body. It was so that the police could get the body out of there. They committed suicide, and it was a very messed up idea. And it's an idea that was very creepy. This idea of sort of you follow the thread or the string and you find a dead body. It's a very creepy idea, and you just get this uneasy feeling or this creepy, eerie feeling to the whole movie when especially when they get into the woods. That eerie feeling carries on to, like, it's the strongest. It's at like the strongest point of the eerie feeling is when they're in the woods. It feels that they're really in this creepy area, and they really did a good job shooting the movie and make it look like it was really creepy. Um, what I can say about the good things about the movie is the atmosphere. It was shot very very well. Some likable characters and acting wasn't really the best though, honestly. Some ideas were pretty creepy, some weren't. Honestly though, that's pretty much it because it's PG-13, so you're not gonna get a lot of blood and gore. You get some, but not a lot. It's jump scares after jump scare. It's like jump scares everywhere. I mean, it's cliche to that. There's cliches in it. You got freaking CGI monsters popping up, and you get a jump scare. Like I said in my review for Unfriended, for some reason there's this new trend going around of CGI crappy jump scares at the end of the movie. And what happens in this movie? There's a CGI crappy jump scare. It wasn't scary. It was goofy. And also another thing that really, I mean, the movie itself was but it was a good experience because it was a good experience because when you're in the theater and the theater was packed, it was full of people. And when you're going to go see a horror movie and there's a whole theater packed with people, it's a fun atmosphere because, when you scream or when you jump, everybody jumps and screams, and it's a good atmosphere to go to a theater and watch a horror movie. And it's a good atmosphere for when everybody screams when you scream, or they get scared when you're scared. It's just, it's a good atmosphere. And I haven't really, when I went to movie theaters to go see other horror movies, the theater wasn't really packed. I believe the last horror movie I seen in the movie theaters that was packed full, was Evil Dead back in 2013, and that was back when I first joined YouTube. And I remember it was full of people, and the atmosphere was fun because everybody was freaking, screaming and freaking out. Everybody was, cheering. It was a great atmosphere. It's the same with this. I mean, there were people who would jump whenever there was a jump scare, and I will admit that. I mean, it's out of instinct. When something pops up, you jump because it's out of instinct. But whenever I got jump scared, people around me started screaming, and it was just a fun atmosphere. People laughing and just having a fun time. And that's always a good atmosphere to a horror movie, especially going to go see it in the theaters and stuff like that. That's just a good atmosphere because you're having fun. And that's probably one of the best things about seeing the movie. It wasn't even the movie, it was just the atmosphere of the theater. Made it for a very fun time. And it was fun, everybody's laughing, and it was fun. And also there was this person, literally, this is one of probably the best parts of the movie as well. Actually, it just kind of it was kind of messed up because in the theater, someone in the theater was freaking yelling across the room, literally like screaming across the theater. Someone else talking to them. About 5 times they did this, and then the whole freaking theater told them to shush. So that was crazy. But it was just a good atmosphere. Go in there and everybody having fun with the movie. Even though the movie was kind of still you go there, you get jump scared, you get scared, and it's a fun atmosphere. And basically some of the twists. I mean, you got the spoiler alert. You got the end of the movie where you find out that the twin ends up getting out of there, and the girl who goes in, she ends up committing suicide. Honestly, I could have seen that twist coming from a mile away, but you find out that she slit her wrist and she's dead, and she gets dragged in the ground, and CGI monster pops out of nowhere and jump scares, but it's not scary. Um, and that's really it. I mean, that's another thing I can say is it's got a simple plot. And the idea is creepy. It's actually, scary. Because it's a real place and it has a really eerie feeling to the whole movie. It was shot well too. And the acting was not that great though. I mean, some of the characters were likable, but sometimes the acting kind of got a little bit, just bad. Just sometimes it got really bad, especially when they started freaking out and running and stuff like that. It was really bad, and the score was nothing either. There was nothing to the score. So there's a lot of problems to it, but I will say for the idea of the movie and for the atmosphere and the way that it was shot, and some likable characters, um, I would say it's decent acting when they're not freaking out. but when they start freaking out, it gets cheesy. Um, but overall, it's kind of an movie. Eh. Is it great? No. Is it spectacular? No. But it was a fun experience in the theater because it was a fun atmosphere. It was great seeing it in the movie theaters. Everybody having fun with the movie. Um, and I like some of the ideas in it. I like the atmosphere to it. So there is some good things to it. It's just honestly, if you take away the atmosphere, you take away, the creepy idea and an eerie feeling to the whole movie. If you took those things away, it's pretty much the same horror movie that you get a lot now. It's pretty much the same. I mean, you got jump scares, cliches, chasing cliches. There's a fall. You know how the girl, the survivor girl, the heroine, she's running and she falls, and that happens here, and some bad CGI. So there is a lot of problems with it, but it's kind of an movie. The atmosphere was good, the idea was good. It was just the execution sort of was like, okay, there's some creepy ideas, like the string idea. Follow the string, you find the freaking dead body. That was creepy. And just the idea of them walking around and just seeing people like hanging from nooses and floating down rivers. They jumped, into the water and died, and it's creepy because they're finding dead bodies all over the place, and they're seeing these crazy things. The woods play tricks on them, and the girl gets tricked into believing that this guy was a killer that she's with, but he wasn't. She killed him, and then you find out that the woods actually told her the truth. Her parents didn't get hit by a car. It was actually, I think, her father shot her mother, and then the father shot himself. And then you find out that she committed suicide. So that's pretty much it. I know it's kind of a short review, but it's an movie, but it was a fun time to see it in the movie theaters, and so it's okay. But anyways, guys, my review on The Forest. It's an movie. So guys, thanks for watching the review, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye, guys.